Real reason Finn Balor lost on Raw. 5 things WWE subtly told us on Raw. Update on Javon Evans' injury status. AJ Styles retiring at the Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch says her current WWE deal may be her last. Femi set for dominant Royal Rumble role. Let's get started. 5 things WWE subtly told us on Raw. Monday Night Raw closed with CM Punk surviving a hard-fought battle against Finn Balor to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Balor brought his absolute best, but even that wasn't enough to stop the Second City Saint. Beyond the main event, Raw quietly laid the groundwork for several major storylines heading into Royal Rumble season. From looming betrayals to shocking leadership teases, WWE dropped clues that are easy to miss if you weren't paying close attention. Here are 5 subtle messages WWE sent us on this week's Raw. Number 5. The Vision may be preparing for a new ruler. The Vision came up short in a tag loss to Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Penta, and Adam Pearce played a major role in their downfall. The Raw GM was everywhere, even stopping Austin Theory from using brass knuckles at ringside. But the real moment happened backstage. Paul Heyman pushed Pearce to take a mysterious phone call, and suddenly the GM was ready to talk about Braun Breaker's suspension. Moments later, the Oracle openly mocked Pearce for looking shaken. That reaction says everything. Whoever was on the other end of that call holds serious power, and WWE may be hinting that the Vision's next leader has already entered the picture. Many fans believe that voice belonged to The Rock. Number 4. Gunther's historic run is nearing its end. Gunther is set to defend his dominance against AJ Styles at Royal Rumble 2026, but with a career-ending stipulation attached. If Styles loses, he's done. The ring general introduced this condition himself when AJ demanded another shot on Raw. While Styles has already hinted at retiring sometime in 2026, that doesn't mean WWE is ready to end him just yet. That's the key. A forced retirement at the Rumble feels too early, which strongly suggests Gunther's unstoppable streak is finally about to be broken on one of WWE's biggest stages. Number 3. Rhea Ripley turning on Io Sky feels inevitable. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky may be women's tag team champions, but the cracks are starting to show. Both women also declared for the Women's Royal Rumble, and Liv Morgan wasted no time stirring the pot. On Raw in Belfast, Morgan accused Ripley of being selfish and hinted that Mommy would eventually turn on her own partner. Considering Liv's history tagging with Rhea, that warning carries weight. With the Rumble approaching, don't be shocked if Ripley eliminates Sky and officially pulls the trigger on a betrayal WWE has been slowly setting up. Number 2. Asuka's frustration with Kairi Sane is boiling over. A tense backstage exchange between Asuka and Kairi Sane raised major red flags. The Empress of Tomorrow berated Kairi over recent losses, making it clear her patience is wearing thin. Kairi fired back with confidence, promising to win the 2026 Royal Rumble, but Asuka's tone said more than her words ever could. WWE appears to be positioning a split, with Asuka drifting toward a darker edge. If this continues, a babyface Kairi Sane versus heel Asuka showdown at WrestleMania 42 feels like a matter of time. Number 1. Finn Balor's babyface turn has quietly begun. Finn Balor didn't win the World Heavyweight Championship, but what happened after the match mattered more than the result. Instead of attacking CM Punk or storming off, Balor stayed at ringside as Punk publicly showed him respect. No sneak attacks, no excuses, just disappointment and reflection. That's not heel behavior. WWE doesn't frame moments like that by accident. Raw strongly hinted that Balor is on the verge of a babyface turn, and this loss may be the spark that launches his next major singles run. Real reason Finn Balor lost on Raw. Raw ended with CM Punk surviving Finn Balor in his own backyard, retaining the World Heavyweight Championship and silencing a crowd that desperately wanted their hometown hero to have his moment. Balor threw everything he had at Punk, but a second GTS sealed his fate. Then came the surprise, a post-match embrace between Punk and Balor, a moment that felt off and intentional. So why didn't WWE pull the trigger on Finn Balor in Ireland? Here are 3 key reasons the title change didn't happen. Number 3. WWE is quietly setting up Finn Balor's babyface turn. Balor has been a heel for years, and fans have been begging to see the Prince return. That hug with CM Punk wasn't accidental. Heels don't do that unless something is changing. Losing in front of his home crowd made the moment hit harder, and that emotional respect shown after the bell felt like the first crack in his villain armor. The loss wasn't punishment, it was the setup. Number 2. WWE may be saving Balor's crowning moment for a bigger stage. Balor being placed in the world title picture at all is a strong signal. WWE clearly sees him as a legitimate main event player again. Rather than rush the moment on weekly TV, Triple H may be waiting to deliver that payoff on a premium live event where the win feels larger and more meaningful. This match may have been the test, and the crowd reaction proved Balor still belongs at the top. Number 1, this loss could be the beginning of the end for the Judgment Day. The cameras caught it all: frustration, regret, and a man clearly questioning everything. Balor lingered at ringside long after the match ended, alone. That heartbreak could be the spark that pushes him away from the Judgment Day and back into singles stardom. And if history tells us anything, a lone, motivated Finn Balor is exactly the kind of wrestler WWE eventually puts a world title on. Belfast didn't get its fairy tale ending, but Finn Balor's story might just be entering its most important chapter yet. Update on Javon Evans' injury status. Javon Evans' match against El Grande Americano at the SSE Arena in Belfast came to a sudden, uncomfortable stop during a commercial break. When the broadcast returned, the match was over, and Evans was being escorted out of the ring by WWE officials. Evans was able to walk under his own power, but commentary quickly hinted at a possible shoulder or chest injury, instantly raising alarm. The concern only grew given that this was one of Evans' first appearances since being called up from NXT. Seeing Los Americanos remain in the ring while Evans was waved off made the moment feel even more serious. Thankfully, there's good news. According to PW Insider, Evans is doing well. WWE's medical team checked on him backstage, and while there was brief concern about a potential concussion, no major structural injury was found. He was cleared to leave with the rest of the roster, which strongly suggests the situation isn't severe. A concussion hasn't been completely ruled out, but early signs point to Evans avoiding anything serious. For a rising star just getting his footing on the main roster, this could have been a nightmare scenario. Instead, it appears Evans may dodge a major setback and possibly miss little to no time at all. WWE will continue monitoring him, but for now, the outlook is optimistic. AJ Styles retiring at the Royal Rumble? 10 years ago, the idea of AJ Styles in WWE felt impossible. Now, nearly a decade into his legendary run, we could be witnessing the final chapter of one of wrestling's greatest careers, and it might end this month. AJ Styles isn't just a star, he's a once-in-a-generation performer. He conquered TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, and WWE, collecting world titles everywhere he went. The face that runs the place didn't just survive in WWE, he thrived, winning the WWE Championship and even beating John Cena on the biggest stages. For years, Mr. TNA becoming a WWE legend sounded unthinkable, but now fans may be preparing to say goodbye. On Raw, Styles confronted Gunther, demanding a rematch after the ring general bent the rules in their last encounter. Gunther had already entered the Royal Rumble, but he wanted more than a win. He wanted AJ Styles' career. After a private conversation with his wife, Styles delivered his answer to Adam Pearce. Against better judgment, Pearce made it official. Gunther versus AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. Career versus victory. If Styles loses, he retires. AJ has already stated that 2026 would be his final year in the ring, but now the question is simple and terrifying. Does the end come much sooner than anyone expected? Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Becky Lynch says her current WWE deal may be her last. Becky Lynch is staring down the reality every WWE legend eventually faces, and this time she's saying it out loud. On the premiere of WWE Unreal Season 2, the man admitted that her current WWE contract may very well be her last, calling this stretch of her career her final run. No riddles, no ambiguity, just the truth. Since becoming a mother in 2020, everything changed. Becky stepped away, shocked the world with her SummerSlam return in 2021, stepped back again when her deal expired in 2024, and then made one more comeback at WrestleMania 41. But now, the urgency feels different. She revealed that during her time away, she was genuinely at peace, unsure if she'd ever come back at all. And while her passion for wrestling hasn't disappeared, motherhood has completely reshaped the cost of chasing it. Becky admitted the hardest part isn't the bumps or the schedule, it's the guilt. Walking out the door, leaving her daughter behind, feeling like time lost can't be replaced. On top of that, she opened up about the mental grind of the industry, the constant criticism, the opinions from fans and peers, and the quiet weight those voices leave behind, even when you try to ignore them. With no future plans locked in beyond this deal, Becky Lynch knows the clock is ticking. And now she's focused on soaking in every second, because this chapter might be the last. So the question isn't if Becky Lynch is nearing the end, it's whether we're watching the final run of the man in real time. Oba Femi set for dominant Royal Rumble role. Royal Rumble 2026 is almost here, and WWE might have already tipped its hand. If you've been sleeping on Oba Femi, that's about to change fast. A massive billboard spotted outside the Royal Rumble venue in Riyadh on January 18th raised some eyebrows. Alongside guaranteed headliners like Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar was one name that stood out immediately: Oba Femi. And that placement? Not random. Bryan Alvarez revealed on Wrestling Observer Radio that Oba's inclusion is very intentional, especially considering he recently vacated the NXT Championship and has started popping up in Raw and SmackDown vignettes. WWE clearly wants eyes on him. Dave Meltzer went a step further, suggesting Oba isn't just filling a spot, he's expected to dominate. This isn't about winning the Rumble, it's about impact. Think Kane clearing the ring, Braun Strowman tossing bodies, Diesel announcing himself. That's the lane Oba Femi is walking into. Everything points to the Royal Rumble being his official arrival on the big stage. WWE is marketing him globally, setting expectations internally, and positioning him as the match's human wrecking ball. No announcement yet, no confirmation, but don't be fooled. This looks like the night Obafemi goes from prospect to problem. Do you guys think Obafemi will steal the show at the Royal Rumble? Leave your thoughts down in the comments.